There's actually one very simple habit that will help you succeed at going out and approaching women, getting over your approach anxiety.
Typical grifter garbage. The people that's, oh, follow this one easy tip and everything in your life can be fixed. Everything can be improved. The one habit that makes getting laid stupidly easy. Guys, just listen to this guy. This Adonis of a man. E.g. Hayden or whatever his name is. Disaster. Guys, if you're going to listen to grift garbage like this, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have a bad time.
Having success with women, having the dating life that you want, that only takes 5 to 10 minutes per day.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, listen to this guy, guys. Don't listen to my advice. My advice tells you to work hard, to persevere, to struggle, to fight, to become a superior man. No, listen to this guy. This guy knows what's up, guys.
It's very easy.
Uh-huh.
It's not complicated.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't take an incredible amount of work.
Uh-huh.
But it's something most of you will refuse to do.
Uh-huh.
You will watch this video. You still won't do it. You'll be like,
again, just look at the guy's face, right? Look at his expression. Look at that face of like, you see, I know better than you. That narcissistic garbage. Yeah, look at that. And tell me, is that who you want to follow? That is what a manipulator looks like. He's just the type that will try to sell you fool's gold. Are you going to buy it? Guys, we need to be making smarter decisions than this.
be like, that's a great idea. You're not going to do it. And some of you are going to think, that's too woo-woo. That's too spiritual.
It is
There's
too
no way
woo-woo.
it
I
will
already
work."
know before you even say it. There is no such thing as a free lunch. There is no such thing as an easy meal. Life is not this nice, beautiful, easy road. In order to succeed in life, you're going to have to struggle and fight. Look at the guy's expression. Do you see those eyes? Those are the eyes of a predator. Those are the eyes of a manipulator. Those are the eyes of somebody who's trying to sell you some bullshit. Those are not the eyes of, a guy who's going to tell you the truth. Just believe me, guys. I have the experience to know.
And it's something that a lot of people dismiss, but it is absolutely effective. It is a big part of the reason why I've had periods where I was able to approach a woman that my own friends said, like, wow, she looks like a model. She looks like Gal Gadot. She's like a 9.5 out of 10. How did you pick her up in 20 minutes? How did you bring her home in 20 minutes? I was able to do that because of the habit that I'm about to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. It's like... okay. Guys, before he gets into his habit of, this one easy tip, this one magical thing can solve all your problems. Before he gets into that, let me tell you a story, okay? Long time ago, there was a guy named RSD Tyler, okay? Real Social Dynamics Tyler. So Real Social Dynamics was, one of the older pickup groups. So there was like Mystery and Style, right? From Style Life Academy, whatever. And later on, this is second generation pickup artist. There was RSD Tyler. And so Tyler, he would tell you bullshit like what this guy's trying to sell you. This one habit makes it stupid easy. And he convinced all these guys who are losers with women to come to conferences. And, they would go out and they'd change all their clothes and not a single guy would get laid. Or, one guy would get laid out of the whole group and they'd make a big deal out of it. And here's what RSD Tyler did. So he started to make videos, right? Showing like in-field reports of how he was picking up girls, right? And here's what he would do. It's very simple. He would just get a girl who's a lady of the night, or a girl from one of these let's say dance clubs, quote unquote. You know what I'm talking about. Exotic dance clubs, let's put it that way. He'd pay them a certain amount of money and he just tells them, just pretend to be picked up by me, okay? And he'd have his friend film it and he'd put it in, that was his field report, teaching you how to get laid with girls that look like Gal Gadot. Guys, the likelihood of you picking up a girl who's a 9.5 out of 10, like a model, without you being rich, 6 foot plus, jacked, and charismatic, the likelihood of you being able to pick up a girl like that with no work or effort, and with like a 5-minute tip, the likelihood of you being able to do that is 0. And anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. This guy is a liar. He's a scammer. He's a narcissist. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe to the Nebula tier. That's the base tier. I got it right this time. And I appreciate all of your support. So yeah, this guy is just trying to sell you some bullshit. Like, he's a liar and a scammer. Like, there is no easy road, guys. There is no one easy tip. There is work out at the gym 4 times a week minimum for years. You do that. You make that part of your habits. You eat properly for years. You approach women to practice and for years. That builds up your charisma. And you work on your career. So you go to, a good university for a legitimate job, or you start your own business, or, you go into one of the trades, whatever. There is no one easy tip to get laid stupid fast, quote unquote. No. Maybe after you've put in all this work, if your mindset is maybe wrong, maybe this tip might be able to mildly help you. So no, this guy is a liar. This guy is a scammer. This guy is not as successful as he says he is. And you know how I know? Because people that are successful understand that to be successful, you have to work hard. You have to persevere. You have to strive. You have to fight. You don't just go in front of a camera and say, this one easy tip makes getting laid easy. Because there is no one thing that can make getting laid easy. Brad Pitt gets rejected. Jason Momoa gets rejected. Chris Hemsworth gets rejected. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson gets rejected. Leonardo DiCaprio gets rejected. Johnny Depp gets rejected. If they get rejected, if they experience failure and loss, think about you, the average person or the above average person. There is no sane, easy way to succeed in life. It comes with struggle, grit, determination, practice, focus, and dedication. There is no one habit that makes getting laid stupidly easy. That is bullshit, and don't fall for these garbage scams and other stupid crap. Because guys, there is the old adage, and it goes like this: a fool and his money are soon parted.
And a lot of you are going to have resistance to it. I myself, when I first heard about this, I had a lot of
Look at his face, yeah.
But
you see? Works. Okay. Okay. Let me just help you a little bit with his body language, all right? Look at the slight smile he has on his face, okay? So look at his eyes first, okay? Again, the eyes of a predator. Then look at the slight smile on his face. This is a person who's trying to scam you, okay? Just memorize that. These body languages are important to learn because there will be people in your life that try to scam you out of, having a good life by trying to trick you that there is an easy way out. There is one easy button, one silver bullet, one little thing you can do to fix everything. No, that is not how things work. You are a piece of marble, and you need to carve that marble little bit by little bit with your tiny chisel until you make a man out of yourself. There is no one easy tip that will help you. There are a million little things you need to do. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. There is no one silver bullet, one easy tip. There is fight, struggle, bleed, and cry, and in so experiencing, overcome and become successful. That's it, guys.
The first thing I want to mention is that this is not some spiritual, woo-woo, magical thing like it's usually sold as. That's how people usually think of this habit. It doesn't have to be that. It can actually be very psychological, very scientific. And so what I'm talking...
Yeah, this guy just spouts bullshit out of his mouth every word. Cool. Lovely.
Talking about is visualization.
Visualization. Okay. Let me paint a picture for you guys. You're an overweight, 5'8" man who lives in his mother's basement and works at McDonald's. You see a girl at the mall that you find to be pretty, and you visualize yourself, you know, going up and talking to her. You visualize being successful and taking her home. And, you know, you're dressed in your regular old t-shirt and shorts. Yeah. When you go up to her in the mall and talk to her, you're going to be escorted out by security. Visualization does not make getting laid easy. What makes getting laid easy is putting in the work. You scammer. What's this guy's name? One second. Let me just mention his name because his name needs to be mentioned here. A.G. Hayden. A.G. Hayden, you're a scammer. No. Visualization does not make getting laid easy. It doesn't matter how much you visualize your success if you have not put in the foundation, if you've not put in the effort, the groundwork to be successful. Hayden. A.G. Hayden. You're full of shit. And you need to be told that. Because someone needs to tell you you're full of crap. Disaster. Disaster. How dare you try to scam men by telling them this garbage? No. Men become successful, Hayden, through hard work, struggle, and dedication. They don't become successful by visualizing in their head that they're successful. They become successful by climbing the mountain one step at a time in every avenue of their life. And you saying this scammy bullshit doesn't help anyone. Liar.
It is the habit of imagining yourself taking action. So in terms of pickup, you would imagine yourself going out to bars, going out to malls, going wherever, going out, approaching women, having the girls like you, having successes.
And so we segue into the article by Rollo Tomasi. Author of The Rational Male, guys, Godfather, required reading for all men. And the article is perfectly titled, Looks Count. Your bulletproof game and charming personality won't make you look any better when your shirt comes off. Looks, assets, game. Have 2. 3 is best, but if you only have 1, game is most essential. I realize that I'm heading into dangerous territory with this, but I maintain that looks are an integral part of attraction. Sorry, that's a fact of life. But I've never stated that looks cancel game. In fact, I advocate that learning game is just as necessary as maintaining a good physique. The problem is with people who only think in absolutes. It's always an either-or proposition. Game trumps physique or physique trumps game is horseshit. They're both important and play off each other. There are plenty of average-looking guys who pull tail thanks to game in spite of their looks, and there are also good-looking guys who pull tail without ever hearing what game is. But wouldn't you rather be the guy with both? The guy who can pull women without compensating for personal deficits? Consider that greater than 66% of people in Western society are overweight. 33% are morbidly obese. So it stands to reason that 2/3 of the guys seeking out the community in order to change their lives, outlook, and bedroom fund prospects are going to be struggling with obesity from the outset. Now also consider the preferred belief among guys that looks at least matter less than personality, game, etc. and female attraction. This is not a coincidence. For these guys, it takes more effort to change their bodies than to change their minds. Looks aren't as important for women, that's the quote unquote. The first thing most men who are previously out of shape will tell you is the marked increase in attention they receive from women after they got in shape. This is perhaps the simplest experiment that puts the lie to this assertion. There is a popular misconception men adopt in thinking that looks aren't as important for women, and that they're more forgiving of a few extra pounds. If a guy is witty, humorous, and or embodies some combination of the laundry list of nonsensical adjectives they place on their online dating profiles, and this is the male version of the body image acceptance social convention women have been promoting themselves for the past 50 years. Don't worry about getting in shape. Money, humor, and confidence will make any woman swoon for you. If this were the case, the Louis Andersons and Danny DeVitos of the world would be swimming in top-shelf poon. I have no doubt that very rich but out-of-shape men have a relatively easy time attracting women, but they can't make a woman genuinely desire to sleep with him on a physical level. It's just a very commercial version of negotiating desire. While this may seem like a male-specific social convention, guess again. It's actually a very calculated female convention. In terms of feminine breeding strategies and women's schedules of mating, it's far more advantageous for a woman to engage in short-term breeding strategies with alpha man during the peak of his sexual viability when she knows there is a social structure ready to accommodate her long-term breeding strategy, i.e. provisioning, with future men. In other words, encourage men to think that looks aren't as important to women, so they'll be more acceptable future providers while breeding in the short term with men embodying their very specific physical ideal. This is precisely the reason why the kid alt man up phenomenon is so vexing for women today. It threatens this long-term strategy. So no, not this guy, not this girl who's also clueless. No, A.G. Hayden, you're full of crap. Look at his face, look at how sure he is of himself, and then just think to yourself, this guy is selling you something. He's trying to scam you, he's trying to lie to you, he's trying to trick you, he's trying to profit off of you. He's trying to profit off of your lack of knowledge, he's trying to profit off of your lack of understanding of the way the world works, he's trying to hurt you. And this is why, A.G. Hayden, someone has to call you out on your bullshit.
Maybe bringing girls home, these kinds of things, having an amazing dating life, seeing yourself, being charismatic, being funny, having girls be all over you, telling you, wow, like, you're really cool, and like taking you home. These kinds of things, visualizing that for 5 to 10 minutes per day.
It's so easy. Just think. 5 to 10 minutes per day. You don't have to exercise. You don't have to work on building your money. You don't have to work on your career. You don't have to actually talk to girls. No, just visualize. Guys, this easy tip will make you successful. Do you see the bullshit, guys? It's so bullshit. No, Hayden. Liar. No.
Now, people think, oh, so that's manifestation. It's like imagining a Lambo and you're just going to get the Lambo. I think that mentality is kind of silly. That is not why visualization works. It has nothing to do with spirituality. Maybe it does. I don't know. But I have no reason to believe that that's the reason. The reason is very psychological. There have actually been scientific studies, which I'll go into in the video, that have shown visualization is a very powerful habit, that it actually can change your life. And the reason for this is not spiritual. The reason is that it does two things. One is it sparks desire, almost a thirst, a craving to get the thing you're visualizing, to take the actions you're visualizing.
Okay. In that case, if visualization sparks a thirst to get the things you want, how about you just do the actions that actually make you successful instead of visualizing at all? Do you see what I'm saying? Here's what I'm saying, okay? Instead of wasting those 10 minutes a day thinking about how successful you're going to be, how about you, instead of wasting that time, you put that 10 minutes towards actually getting something done that will actually make you successful? How about that? How about that 10 minutes you're wasting thinking about how successful you're going to be and how great those women are going to be on your... How about you instead spend that actually talking to girls, or actually being in the gym, or actually, working on your career, or actually being in school? This is a total waste of time and is just psychobabble woo-woo garbage. No, Hayden, no. You're a scammer, you're a liar, you just made this video to get views, and this is not helpful to anyone.
I'm sure you've binge ate. Like I would, back in the day, I would binge eat an ice cream, in my lunch break when I worked at fast food. And what would I do every time before I binge ate ice cream? I would visualize it every single time. I would imagine myself eating ice cream. And that would create a craving, a desire. And at that point...
No. That's your personal anecdotal experience, which you can't generalize to the population. Just because when you visualize eating ice cream, you have a craving to binge eat a whole tub, doesn't mean that every person does, Hayden. No, Hayden. You're full of crap, Hayden. This is not a good analogy, Hayden. You're not as smart as you think you are, Hayden. You're very bad at actually explaining things, Hayden. And in fact, I'm going to continue 2 more minutes because it's my duty, but I want to close the video right here. Hayden, you're a disaster.
There's no way to stop myself from doing it, right? At that point, it would take a lot of willpower to not do it. There's this pull, this magnetism.
Woo-woo magic garbage, Hayden. Woo-woo magic garbage. How about you spend the 10 minutes not eating the ice cream? Willing yourself not to eat the ice cream. How about that? Do you see what I'm saying? Instead of imagining one day I'll be physically fit, how about you spend 10 minutes a day doing like burpees? How about that? That'll be much better for you than visualization. Take action, put in the work, and don't tell your audience to do woo-woo magical garbage, Hayden. And look at the conviction on his face. Look at the smile on his face. Meanwhile, he has these predatory eyes. Disaster. Someone has to call you out on your bullshit.
Take that action. The same thing applies with drinking. If you have if you're someone who drinks a lot, think about it. Before you go drink, you start thinking about it.
Oh my God, Hayden. Willpower is a muscle. When you practice it, it gets stronger. Here's what I mean. If you spend 10 minutes a day working on the actual stuff, you'll get better at controlling yourself to do that stuff, and then you'll be able to make it 15, and you'll be able to make it 20, you'll be able to make it 30. Don't waste your time imagining the great things you could do. Just actually go do it and take a step every day. Imagine if instead of visualizing what a great YouTube content creator you could be, you spend 10 minutes every day making a YouTube video. Think about it, guys. Is what Hayden telling you good advice? It's terrible advice. Hayden, you're a scammer, you're a liar, and I'm going to pull apart your YouTube channel, Hayden. All right. Let's go to the Reddit article. Dating over 30, this was posted 22 hours ago. Would you continue with someone who is avoidant and doesn't meet your emotional needs? Dating debate. I was seeing someone exclusively off Hinge for 3 months. Translation, we were having bedroom fun for 3 months. But we both ended it recently. He ended it recently, that's the translation. There was definitely signs that I saw, and he ended up telling me he didn't want anything serious right now, although he kept telling everyone, including me, that he was invested. He was telling you what you wanted to hear to maintain the relationship. His personality started to become emotionally narcissistic, even testing my boundaries. No. He was trying to see if you could be compliant because men like compliant, cooperative, submissive, loyal women, etc. But of course, you're not going to do that, and you're going to call him an N-word instead. Would you consider this a deal breaker if your potential, not official yet, suddenly became inconsistent and not meeting your emotional needs? So literally, what's the translation here? She met Chad, she wants to be with Chad, she wants to stay with Chad, but Chad won't commit to her. What do I do? Well, what do is you choose a better person when you're in your 20s and not in your 30s. That's what you do. I felt he also love-bombed me because he kept calling me his bestie or soulmate the first months. The way things are now between us, it's completely different. Indeed, he was telling you what you wanted to hear in order to get laid. Because he saw that you were 30 plus with, still dating and not married and no kids, and he knows that that's a gigantic red flag, and so he's, getting the best out of the situation. Okay, 106 upvotes. You want a relationship, you meet someone you like and feel connected to, they tell you they don't want a relationship. You spend a lot of time together and it feels like a relationship, but it's not. This is what wasting your time is. Literally. That's accurate. Okay. And then here's another comment, okay? I just ended something kind of like this, but I'm still tempted to go back. Sigh. No love bombing, but her attachment style and love languages are completely different than mine. She couldn't express affection directly. She didn't hold hands, didn't like to kiss except when she was aroused. Seemed like she expressed affection through communication on the phone, spending time with me, and bedroom fun. Sometimes she'd cuddle. If I hugged her when she arrived, it seemed to make her uncomfortable. When I directly expressed affection, it seemed to make her uncomfortable and even turned her off, bedroom fun-wise. When she spent the night, she'd bolt the next morning. So literally, this girl's an alpha widow. She was unable to emotionally attach because her pair bonding hormone oxytocin is burnt out. All right. We're going to end the video there, guys. Again, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe to Nebula tier. Again, I really do appreciate your support. Again, guys, thank you so much for listening, especially if you took the time out of your busy day to listen to the whole video. Really do appreciate it, guys. You're wonderful. And I will see you next time.